So the age-old question, should you buy or should you wait? Well, today I actually have the answer for that question, and it's definitely wait. But if you want to know the details, stick around and I'll tell you why. So we're 6 months away from the launching of a new iPhone 16, but the prices for the iPhone 15 have not really gone down. To be honest, they never really do go down during the year. Nevertheless, maybe you want to buy the new iPhone 15 because, you like the colors or whatever. Well, it turns out it's actually a bad idea because you see, the iPhone 15 doesn't offer you much value for the money. And the reason for that is the existence of the iPhone 14 Pro, as dumb as it sounds. But you see, even if we compare the iPhone 15 to the rumors of the new iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 kind of looks much better than the iPhone 15, and let me tell you why. First of all, the battery life. The iPhone 16 is rumored to have a bigger battery than the iPhone 15. That's kind of important for a lot of users, not to mention if you buy the iPhone 15 used, it's probably going to have a degraded battery, and it's not really going to give you a great battery life. Compared to the iPhone 14, the iPhone 15 offers a much better battery life, but if we compare it to the iPhone 16 that's going to come out later this year, the iPhone 16 should be much better. Complementing a bigger battery, the iPhone 16 is actually rumored to get a 90Hz display, and I know it's kind of beating the dead horse here, but for the money you're paying, I really think you should be getting a high refresh rate display. For whatever reason, Apple has capped the high refresh rates display only for the Pro models, but I don't think that giving a high refresh rate display to the base model iPhone will cannibalize the sellings of the Pro model. So this year, Apple is rumored to finally give a high refresh rate to the base model iPhone, and the best thing about that, it's not even the high refresh rate, it's the ability to go down to 1 Hz, saving you battery life. That reason alone should be enough for you to wait for the iPhone 16, but if you're not convinced, let's move to the camera. Well, this year the iPhone 15 got the camera from the 14 Pro, kind of. You see the sensor size is actually smaller than on the 14 Pro, and even though it can still shoot 48 megapixel pictures, they're gonna get grainy in low light. And the iPhone 16 is rumored to get a bigger sensor. It might actually get the sensor from the 15 Pro. Also, since the iPhone 15 got the iPhone's 14 Pro main lens, this year it actually has a 2x option for zoom. Well, since the iPhone 16 is rumored to get a bigger sensor, it might be able to crop 3 times into the picture, giving you a telephoto look. I mean, if you wanted to, you could zoom in 3 times on the 15 and maybe even 5 times, but the quality is going to degrade massively, so you don't really want to do that. And with the iPhone 16, since it's going to get a bigger sensor, it'll be able to capture more light and more detail, and that will give you a 3x option. So the base model will start looking a lot more like the Pro model, and there won't be such a big difference between the Pro and the base model. So going by the rumors, the iPhone 16 seems to be a much better value for your money. But other than that, the iPhone 16 is not rumored to get much more than that. So in other departments, the difference might not be as big, but for the most people, the display and the camera is the most important thing about the iPhone, and Apple knows that too. So given that they're gonna be upgrading these 2 features, you should definitely wait for the iPhone 16 because, as I said, that's gonna just give you much more value for the same amount of money. As for the performance, the iPhone 16 is just gonna get the 15 Pro's A17, and it's not really a big jump over the A16. So if performance really matters to you, there's not a big reason for you to wait for the iPhone 16. But then again, you probably should just buy the iPhone 14 Pro, given that it has the same chip as the iPhone 15. I actually made a whole video comparing the 14 Pro to the 15 and explaining why the 14 Pro is a much better value for your money. If you want to watch that video, click here or here, somewhere.
You are made of stupid.
So these are just kind of my thoughts on that. And yes, the iOS 18 is going to come out in June, and it's probably going to give some more features to the iPhone 15, but most of the features will be probably reserved for the Pro model or even for the iPhone 16 coming out in September. And to be honest, even if it's going to be a major upgrade, as people say, and it's going to give you a lot of new features to the iPhone 15, we're going to be like 4 months away from the launching of a new iPhone 16, so there's really not much reason for you to buy an iPhone 15 right now. I would actually strongly advise you to buy a iPhone 14 Pro. That's great value for your money. The iPhone 14 Pro is actually amazing. It held up really well. Again, if you want to see a comparison between the 14 Pro and the 15, make sure to watch the other video. Other than that, you really should just save your money and wait for the iPhone 16. So yeah, that was it, kind of my thoughts on that. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing for more tech content. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.